Killswitch Engage dropped a new album, This Consequence. We got to chat with Justin from Killswitch Engage. It is out now. Came out the day before the album came out. It was a great chat. We dove deep into the album, and I'm glad it's finally here. Killswitch Engage is one of those pillars of metalcore, and it's honestly been a bummer that for the entire time we've done this, there has been nothing to talk about. So it's about time that there was finally a record for us to chat about, because they are one of those pillars, one of those gateway bands. It just makes sense, and it feels like it's closing a loop in a way for us to finally have a Killswitch Engaged record to chat about. Not a ton of singles with this album, which I'm excited to see a band break the mold, but I also understand the need to put out singles and play the Spotify algorithm, but they're a little bit further along in their career and don't necessarily have to do that, so I can respect not playing the game and allowing most of this record to be new and fresh when it comes out for the listeners, because it was announced a good chunk before, between the first single and now we've only gotten a couple, which was great. But I think it's really solid. It took me a couple listens to come away with that opinion of it being super solid. Just because it's weird. As much as I enjoyed the lack of familiarity, it then made me need to take more listens to it to formulate a full opinion on it, because there weren't 5 monkey branches on the album for me to swing between that I knew already. So
you didn't have the buoys. You didn't have the buoys. Use our thing that we made.
I love the way it opens with Abandon Us. Discordant Nation is probably my favorite song on the record, and it's the chorus on that song is phenomenal. But I just like the way that discordant is pronounced in the song. It scratches a weird itch in my brain, and that, the chorus is great, but that is one of the main reasons why I really enjoy that song. I could just listen to them say discordant over and over and over again.
Honestly, just make that a track.
Forever Aligned, I understand it was a single, but that song is fantastic as well. I love Collusion, and I think it ends phenomenally with Requiem. As we discussed in the interview, it's not that it took them several years to get this album together. It was solely a case of pandemic time, not being able to work on it. So they started to work on this only a couple years ago. But it is awesome to see them come back so strongly with such a long time away, because there is a decent amount of pressure riding when it's been that long between releases. And honestly, the band started to kick up a little bit. They did a little bit of touring when the pandemic first lifted, but largely, they've been on the quieter side. So they're coming back with a vengeance, phenomenal record, and a shitload of touring to follow. So I'm stoked. Plenty of dates.
So just pick one.
Yeah.
Literally, just take a dart and just.
Yeah.
It'll probably be near you.
Yeah.
I completely agree and concur with everything. I do agree. I think it is kind of a full circle moment. I think that this is an incredible record. It didn't take multiple listens for me to kind of appreciate it, or I guess be able to have that sense of familiarity with everything, because we didn't have 4 to 5 singles leading up to it. We didn't have I'm not on fucking Octane, so I wouldn't know, honestly. Maybe they do have an Octane song on here, but it's like there wasn't kind of like that song where it's like, I know that one. Obviously, we know the single, familiar with that one enough, but it is easier for me to get into this record because I think I said it when the single came out, where it reminds me of Avenged Sevenfold. And I think that still stands. Not saying that they ripped or it's a 1-to-1 or wow, they sound like is this Avenged Sevenfold? But it's just kind of, it's that same era of rock. And what's great about this is that it is my favorite era of Avenged Sevenfold from I've heard the entire fucking discography, so I do have a favorite era. Thank you. The Fallen, Awaken the Fallen. Thank you. And this sounds like Awaken the Fallen, which is incredible. I think it's more so kind of like the approach to the screams and the fucking kick drums in the back and just kind of how rapid everything feels when it's at its peak. That's what reminds me of kind of like younger Avenged Sevenfold. And because Avenged doesn't do that anymore because Matt knows how to scream properly now, this shit is like not being strained though. This shit's all natural, which is
Hmm.
great. So that means you can keep doing it for longer, right? Because of that, it's like I'm able to enjoy this without going, damn, that's what fucked his voice up. I'm able to enjoy this like cruelty free almost, and it's fucking awesome. So record is incredible. Big fan of the sound. As I said, it's kind of like that nostalgic early 2000s kind of like rock metalcore vibe. Sign me up,
Hmm.
please. It's that rock metalcore, but not Asking Alexandria, not Breaking Benjamin. Oh my God, not August Burns Red. That, early 2000s. It's, as I said, kind of like the other side where it's kind of heavier on the rock end
Yeah.
versus the metalcore end. But it still has, the metalcore elements of fucking, we're gonna have a fucking breakdown right here and we're gonna scream our heads off instead of, ah, fuck, my wife left me. It's the good shit. Um, I think the Requiem is personally, I think that's my favorite. I think it's an incredible closer. It has a crazy fucking scream in it. I'm pretty sure it starts the song, which is great. And I think it's a fucking crazy ass closer. I think it's a solid fucking record, and I think it's great to see that they're back. Fucking they came in swinging, and it's incredible to see that they're able to kind of just pick it back up like literally nothing fucking happened.
Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
album.
Yeah. As I mentioned, they'll be touring a shitload. There's a US tour already announced. There's overseas dates announced as well. So much going on. And as Justin said in the interview, more to follow. They will be hitting the road hard this year.
He said shh
Yeah.
though. So shh. But more to follow.
Yeah, more to
For sure.
follow.